Good morning, everybody. Somebody out there can give me a audio check, I would greatly appreciate it. We are up and running a few minutes early. Kind of seems to be my MO. Maybe baby. Good morning, everybody. Somebody out there can give me a audio check, I would greatly appreciate it. Got to shut that down, not get some feedback. Hey, up and running a few minutes early. Kind of seems to. Hey, Zoe the cat, how are you this fine day? You soon ready to play participant and hop in? Sounds good. All right. Like to hear that. That new microphone, I think, is banging away pretty well. Kind of like it. Get a couple little goodies out to play with. Got to play with these a little bit more. I got a new video on these because my first video really, as I look back on it sucked. Hey, G Key Man, how are you today? You have been a very active guy lately. I've been seeing you showing up on lives all over. Kind of cool. My goodness gracious. Camera image still looking all right. Kind of digging this camera. I think it's working pretty well. Let's see. Let's get over here. Maybe. Man, I need a different mouse so bad down here. I'll have to show you guys my torture device that got sent to me. I don't know. Man, I think somebody out there hates me. Man, I got to find where to put stuff. I'm running out of room on my desk. It's just a mess. There's pins in there. I don't know what those are from. I don't know what those are out of. But let's find a home for a handful of fun devices to mess with today. I still need to figure one of those stupid things out. Doggone locks is driving me insane, dude. Still cannot get into one of these stupid lotto locks. Absolutely driving me bonkers. So, what I was mentioning here, my buddy over here, Mr. Otter Arms, sent me my first challenge lock. And I should have known I was in trouble. Satan by Leighton. I've messed with it just a little bit. I haven't played a ton with it yet, but I have gotten absolutely nowhere. It's an ERA cylinder, and it is very nice. Did a nice job. No such thing as getting close to an open on that baby yet, but hey, time will tell, right? All right, pour me some Go Juice. My morning wonderfulness. Good old Black Rifle. Love that stuff. My favorite coffee. It's been my first run playing with multi-pick. Has been this little Sandman beginner set. And, you know, honestly, it's 3 picks. A medium hook, a short hook, and a triple peak Bogota. And yeah, they work extremely well. Very nice picks. So far, so good with them. I've been playing with them. I did a review. My review sucked. I know it did. So I'm going to go back and redo that now that I've had a little more time playing with them anyway. Try and walk through a few more things with them and get that redone. But, I got to get some other content up too. Just have not had time. The wife talked me into a road trip yesterday, so I was gone all day to run over to another bigger town to go car shopping. So came home with a new car last night. Woohoo! Didn't really want to spend that kind of money, but at the same point, really wanted that other car we had gone because it was a pile of junk. We wouldn't take it anywhere because we didn't trust it. That's one thing I'm not real sure yet. Well, this lock isn't a good one to play with, but I was going to grab because I wanted to know this. 1 second, let me grab something here. I think I've got my calculations correct. Hey, Miss Lady Locks, how are you this fine morning? I could probably ask one of you guys. You could probably just straight up tell me, but I got to pull the battery out of this thing because I don't use it enough. And if I don't pull the battery out, I go to use it and it's dead. Just sits in the case and drains. All right, let's zero you. Go to inches. Oh, so they are different thicknesses, huh? That's really kind of interesting. So I was curious, this Bogota in this set felt like it was thinner. I don't know if you can see that. 19 thousandths, where the others are 23 thousandths. But they all say that they are 0.6 millimeter. But I kind of thought that rake felt like it was a little softer material. So that's kind of an interesting one. Not sure why that is. Hey, new house. How are you this morning? I'm really surprised to see Lady Locks conscious this early. What the heck, man? That's crazy. Oh no, guess who's already here? Guess who has already shown up? The terrorist. Well, come on. I know you want to come up. You got to come up and make your presence known, don't you? Yeah. Hopefully, I can keep him from stealing everything as we get set up. Yeah. No, you cannot take the tools, dude. You just can't do that. Buddy, leave them alone. See, I think that's why people come to this live, is just to see him show up and be a terrorist. Because he is. See, look. Oh, chest cold. Well, yeah, you got kids. You got bugs. That's just how that junk works. That is just how it works. I'm going to have to ask those guys about that. The kitty. Dude, you can't take everything. And yeah, if you guys could hear it, he's sitting here purring right now. just knowing that he's going to get in my way and be a pain, aren't you? Aren't you? We had quite the interesting night the other night. We didn't get much sleep at all. One of our stupid cats managed to jump the fence and get out of our yard and took off. And he's done that before, but he always comes home at bedtime. Well, it's bedtime, no cat. My wife is up half the night. Finally, she could hear him. He's on the other side of the fence screaming and hollering. Can't get in the yard. So she's all panicked and worried and has me up in the middle of the night. Can't get to this stupid guy to get him in. You know, in the morning, I get up, come out. He's still on the other side of the fence screaming and yelling. Hey, hey, hey. But he somehow made it back over the fence and got in the yard eventually. Yeah. Kitties are more interesting. Yeah, gee, thanks, Zoe. Would you stop? You fart? He is unreal. Hey, hey, hey. You can't have those. You can't chew those up. We try to make him indoor cats, but it has not gone well. So now they're indoor cats when they feel like it. Lady up the road stole your cat. We keep worrying about that with our other one because, man, he is the most gorgeous cat. And he is he's a big hulk of a cat. Not fat. He is just a big solid beast. We had him at the vet last time. He's 16 pounds, and he is just solid. So he's pretty cool and really pretty. I don't know. He looks like a Siamese to me. I've had other people say that he's a seal point, which I think is a type of Siamese. I don't know. I don't know enough about cats. So what's everybody working on today? I was showing off my torture device that Otter Arms sent me. Satan by Layton. It's my first challenge lock. So I need to start working on this. I've played with it a little bit. I haven't gotten anywhere, but I haven't given it a whole lot of time yet. Yeah, what else are you going to steal? Huh? What else you think you want, buddy? Hey. All right. What should we get into and disaster and destroy today? Who all we got out here? Well, now you're going to take the handcuffs, huh? Yeah, let me put those on you. Lock you up. Anybody out there feel like hopping on today? Joining me in my insanity? Where did that little one go? Where'd it go? There it is. I haven't messed with this lock in a bit, so I want to hit it with this rake. I'm still trying to learn the intricacies of these Bogota rakes, because, man, those are such sharp peaks. Just feels like that'd be hard on a lock to me, but it's effective. Definitely works. That's pretty cool. So here's a lock that I don't know that I've ever been able to rake. Yeah. Ow! Turkey? I'm telling you. Oh, Marissa's heading out with her sister for lunch. Yep, leave you and the sick kids all home alone. That's just nice. That's all right. They probably need that once in a while, too. Yeah, the locks that this does work on, man, it is quick. Very quick rake. Like I said, I got to redo my review on these because I kind of butchered my first one. Had been traveling for a week, and for whatever reason, man, by the time I got home, I was flipping exhausted. Oh, stop! Now what are you going to steal, dude? What are you going to steal? You're gonna have to get out of the way here pretty soon, though. It makes you make me hard to do anything. One of the things I thought I would try with, I got hair all over. I have to get out my little vacuum, dude. Is to work my way up from white to blue belt, right? Kind of the blue whale challenge, using just these picks out of that kit, which I know it'll do it. It's just a matter of if I can ever do it on camera, because that has not been my strong point. Dude, you gonna run away with a key now too? Stop. You know, it's really weird. We've tried the whole catnip thing, and all three of our cats, they just ignore it. All right, buddy, that's it. Ow! So then you go after my fingers. You know, I'm about ready to put you up for sale on here. We'll do a live giveaway. One cat. Oh, don't give me that look. Yeah, we even bought a thing full of catnip, and it's like a spinner full of catnip that hangs on our patio door. They don't play with it. They could care less. We've bought other things with catnip and put out for them to try out. Me, they don't care. You know, bought them those cardboard scratching post things that you sprinkle over with catnip. Nah. Silver vine. Can't say I've ever heard of silver vine. What is silver vine? Fill me in. See, we're on the cat channel today. Today, live, it's the Pesky Putties. Huh. Is you a pesky putty? Yeah, if you weren't so cute. I'll have to look that one up. Never heard of silver vine. Can't say I've ever seen silver vine. So I don't really know what that is. I used to get stoned on catnip till I got caught at work. Like catnip, it affects a higher percentage of cats. Huh. Well, I'd have to see if I can find some of that. Huh. I don't know. I don't know if I need stoned cats. That'd be just a bad, bad deal. Whew. You guys are lazy enough as it is. I don't need you laying around even more with that glazed look in your eyes. So is there a catnip rehab group out there somewhere? You can't say I've heard of that one. But please tell me they made you get rid of the litter box out of your office. I mean, that's just taking it too far. Silver Lion, yeah. I'll have to check it out, dude. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. See, you know, this honestly is one of my most challenging locks. This goofy little Master 150. It's like I get a different feel out of the pins on this thing every single time I pick it up. Absolutely nuts. And then other times, seems like you just barely touch a pin and things open. That's my civil right to have my litter box. Hey, Mr. Watt. Well, thank you for stopping by. All right, so there we got that one. Now let's move upwards. And we'll try this hook. I don't know if I can get that one in there. It's not a rug, it just grows that way. Hey, what? You can watch all you want. You just can't steal every tool I've got, dude. Well, it's a bummer that you're working, dude. Hope you have a good day and don't work too hard. Oh, great. Now Zoe the cat's going to have to go to rehab for silver vine next. Hey, check it out. Love the marks up your arm there, Stu, from your cuffs the other night. You got a problem, man. You got a problem. Now what are you doing? Oh, now you're going to leave. All right. Well, he made his appearance. I'm sure he'll be back. Yeah. Work's overrated. I've had it pretty lucky now for a long time. I've been an office job Monday to Friday. Yeah. I keep telling my guys they don't know how lucky they've got it. They get to work 410s, 3-day weekends every week. I still work 5/8s, but I took it for them. So I work 5/8 so that they can have the 410s to make sure we always have somebody on a Monday or a Friday in case something comes up. Don't break a key while at work, right? Never a good plan to break a key. Anybody out there ready to hop in with me? Tired of hearing my own voice. Need to hear somebody else yak a little bit. Especially as I sit here and fight. I think I need to gut these and maybe either replace or stretch out some springs again. They've gotten a little weak, and so it actually makes them harder to pick. Cuff addiction is real. Yeah, I need to play with mine somewhere. I need to get another set. I want to get a set of Peerless next. I think I need to do that, but the wife is questioning my judgment and my spending habits. Yeah, there's pluses and minuses to working 10s, right? It's nice to have those 4-day weeks, but I don't know. For me, all my time is spent sitting in an office. I've been in management now for quite a while. Hey, Mr. Broke. How the heck are you doing today? What's happening? Not honking much, dude. Just sitting here working my way through some locks, seeing what I can do, playing with these multi-peaks. See if I can get anything open with them. Working my way up from white, trying to go white to blue. And then just yakking. Oh, no doubt that's the issue. Yuck. Been there, done that. So when I used to be in law enforcement, the way it works here in Wyoming, if you're on a small department, you really get hosed. So the way state law works here, if you're on a department, I think it's under 10 officers, they don't have to pay you overtime until you've put in, God, what was it? 20 hours in a week. Then they have to start paying overtime. So they would take full advantage of that and they would work it to death. It's that soothing melodic voice, Newhouse. That's what it is, man. Just eased you off into dreamland. I'm trying to get some of you Han Yonkers to hop in here. Zoe, you're always out there lurking. Hop on a live one of these days. Come join the party. And I have another lock here I'm going to gut today too because I want to see what's in that thing. Yeah, I've done the 12-hour shifts, 12-hour rotatings before. There ain't no camera that will survive. You can do audio only. And there's a reason why I only show my hands. I've got a face made for radio. Just saying. I sent you the link over, Broke. Check your Discord, dude. I always got room for you, dude. Always. My wife, I guess, would argue about the face made for radio, but, you know, it is what it is. One of these days, I'll let you guys see my ugly mug. Well, that could make for entertaining TV, Newhouse. You need a Wi-Fi enabled mobile camera so we can watch you chasing them around the house. Oh, I really doubt that, Zoe. Ooh. I see a lurker. I see a lurker. Good morning, Mr. Broke. How the heck are you, dude?
I really doubt that. Zoe.
You hearing me, sir?
Are we there?
Yep, I got you.
Oh, I didn't have my volume turned up.
You are on and playing.
What's going on?
All the women will be banging on the door to get in.
Go ahead,
That's funny.
Oh.
I remember one time we were at a bar, and this woman that I've known forever from doing computer work for him, she's kind of being a little flirty, and it was kind of pissing my wife off. Well, my wife decided that the right way to move this thing was to tell her that, well, fine, because the gal was going on and on about my bedroom eyes and all this crap, and she's going, well, fine, then take them. She's like, oh, don't tempt me. I just might do that. Oh man, that really set her off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. I was like, well, you kind of set yourself up for that one. Damn.
Yeah, I'm just getting my new little workstation lock lab together.
That's outstanding. So I bought off of Amazon a bunch of these blank Altoid tins.
Yeah.
They're dirt cheap. But then I'm going to use my 3D printer and I'm going to print up some of those pocket pinning trays to go in these.
Yeah.
And then those might turn into some giveaway items on the lives, things like that.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It'd be kind of a neat way to do it. Since I've got the 3D printer, may as well put it to work, right?
Exactly.
Boy, that's loud today. Loud coffee pouring. So what have you been up to, man? You've been on the lives a ton lately, too.
Yeah,
You've been out there cranking at them.
Yeah, I like those better. I get tired of trying to make videos and editing them, and
it's tough trying to think of what to do for content all the time. I know. I keep thinking I need to start doing more shorts, at least, and throw some stuff out that way, a few other things. Well, I'm not telling if you're not telling, Zoe. You just never know.
Yeah. I don't care if I get 1 million followers or whatever. I'm going to do what I like to do, and people are either going to come or they're not.
Yeah, they're either going to show up and visit a little bit or they're not. I don't know. You know, it is what it is. Rock out with your lockout. Good morning. Well, we had a lady or two. I don't know if they're still here or not. Yeah, I was saying I think I need to gut a couple of my Americans and either replace some springs or stretch them out a little bit. They've actually gotten, I think when those springs get weak, they almost get harder to pick.
Oh, definitely do.
So these have gotten to be kind of a pain. So I've been trying to work my way up through these with these picks to play with them. And man, the struggle bus is real. So one place where I don't like these type of tension wrenches, though, is on these pack locks. They just don't seem to hold in there very well. I haven't picked this pack lock in forever, so let's see if I can get that thing open today. So what you've been working on?
Oh, just getting this together and getting the coins and everything ready to get sent out, and getting the certificates for the challenge, and yeah.
Most excellent.
And working on some challenge locks.
Yeah, I got my first challenge lock in the mail the other day.
Oh yeah.
We will see if I can get anywhere with it or not. I don't know. I haven't messed with it a lot yet. I played a little bit, but it's Satan by Leighton.
I got
It's
one
an
trucker, one from
ERA.
I don't know who that person is. Boggles or something.
Yeah. I bought some rod yesterday so I can start doing some. I'm working on my next challenge lock right now, and I was making some pins, and yeah, they're killing me. Trying to work with the factory pins, so I went and bought some so I could just make some pins straight out. See how that goes.
It's fun.
It is kind of fun, and what I'm doing. I don't have a good vise for my Dremel, but I'm actually using my pick vise.
Yeah.
It actually holds the Dremel in there really well and lets me get in with the tools and actually work on it. So that's been pretty neat. But like I said, I need something different for some. Yeah, this poor lock is just about tore apart. I really dislike the keyways on these pack locks. It is the softest material known to man.
Oh, I know.
And they just wallow out so honking quick.
I was considering getting my blue belt real quick because I got a challenge lock out, and all I really need is take and gut this. This is what I have for blue, but I got to see if I can pick it and tension it from the bottom because I ain't messing with the top. It's already.
Yeah. The top is terrible, man. It really is. Hey, well, apparently I can still do that one. There's the pack lock. So there we go. The multi-pick beginner set picked from white to blue. Only thing you had to do is use a different tension wrench for one of them, but yeah, I'm kind of liking these.
They're nice tools.
I've been shopping them around, and I see most of the websites out here that I've been able to find are selling them for about $40 a set for this little set.
Yeah.
I've got them out for $32.
Nice.
But that's partially to compensate for the higher shipping, which I'm just about done with. My inventory order is supposed to be here tomorrow, and then I'll revamp everything and drop it. Yeah, you're right. Rock out those 98 cores. Yeah, they're soft as butter. You got to be so careful with those things. And man, they're just brutal. But now the things I'm going to get today, which I'll probably get started on those now, is I have this American 1100 and this other American 1100. So this one's a standard American 1100. This one has a master core in it. So I want to pull that one apart, gut it, and just see what the pins look like in that one compared to the standard.
It's probably got wafers in it.
You never know. It's a 6000B master keyway.
Yeah.
And I was talking earlier, all three of these picks, they say they are 0.6 millimeter. But it seemed like when I was working with the rake just feels like it's thinner. So I measured them.
Yeah.
And the two hooks are the 0.6 millimeter point, or they're 23 thousandths of an inch. The rake is 20 thousandths, even though it still says it's a 0.6. So that was kind of odd to me.
Well, there's a a tolerance of like 50 thousandths.
Yeah, I suppose.
I like my, I've had mine for so long now. I look at you guys as new cases for the, it looks so much nicer than my multi-pick case. Mine's all worn out.
You know, I haven't really said much about it yet, but I have a set in a case like that is supposed to be showing up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it is for my giveaway. So if I can get to 250, and I don't know if it's a newer line that they've got. I don't know. I haven't really seen that particular line before, but it's a 27 pick set. So it's a big beast.
Oh, nice. I want to get that lock noob set from there with the extra handles for the dimple lock because I need extra handles. I need more dimple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not even gonna mess with this freaking hack lock.
And then I've got my Southern Specialties order is going to be here tomorrow as well. And there's some items in there for giveaway. I don't know exactly what yet. Nice. He did not tell me, but we will see. So I just need to get some time to hop in.
Thanks.
Hey, Rocket, I sent you a link over if you have time and want to hop in. Hop in and say hello. One thing I will say with these multi-picks is, man, they sure feel like they're some stout, strong stuff.
Yeah. I've never broken one, bent one, or nothing.
Yeah. Like that's the one thing that's worried me with this Moke set that I've got is I worry about bending or breaking those things because, man, they're thin and they just feel like it.
Yeah.
They're awesome. Really like them. Let's just grab up. I like the long handles. That's really cool.
Yeah. I want to get a set so I can try out the long handles. I really need long handles.
I don't use them very often just because they feel because they're they feel so soft. All right, fine. Be that way. Breakfast for the kids. What you cooking us? My breakfast was a homemade egg frittata this morning. Let me get over here. I'm going to need... Oh, I like this one better. How's my audio sounding on this thing there?
Sounds pretty good to me.
I got a new to me Blue, one of those big microphones.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got that, and I got this new overhead camera that, I mean, I can zoom way the heck in on stuff.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking it. Kind of digging it. Kind of digging it. Much better camera view, I think, than what I had before.
Yeah, that's my next project is some better camera. Like I had one above.
I need to go look, and I bid on a desk. We have a Facebook bid it to win it type page.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I bid on it's a The desk that I currently have has like a bookshelf thing and crap on the back end of it, and to me, it's just annoying. It's all in the way. It's more crap than I need. And somebody was selling one of those. Um, it's a flat desk, kind of an angled end, but then it's got an electric motor lift, so you can adjust the height. So you can change it to a stand-up desk for a workstation, drop it back down. Ooh, sausage, French toast, and eggs. Man, now you're making me hungry.
Right? I ain't ate yet.
Huh?
Right? I ain't even ate yet. Talking about food.
Right? Ooh, there we go. Let's see if we can break this poor old lock. All right. Oh, let me just grab a core holder, put you in there. Let me get my. Ooh. Where? Oh, they're over here. Gotta find my tweezers. Sausage, French toast, and eggs. Breakfast of champions. Oh, yeah. You know it's bad when you reach in there to grab out a pin and the pin doesn't even lift. Oh, dude. Look at how short that spring is. Can you see that thing? Can you even see it? There it is. Look at how little tiny that booger is. That's how far that thing is collapsed. Here, I'll get the rest of them out and we'll have a look. I don't know if I have any. Ooh, yeah. I don't know what's even holding this lock together. These springs, dude. I bet they're, wow. They're so short. Oh, that one kind of lifted. But they are pretty darn bad.
Get the big boys out. So I'm just feeling.
So I wish I had a spring that's the right length to kind of show a comparison. Let's just drop in here a little bit. We'll play with that. So look at how compressed these springs are.
Oh yeah, those be smashed.
Buttermilk waffles. Add diet syrup. You know, who needs diet syrup? Give me the full goodness. And I don't think I have any replacement pins that will work in that because I think all of my stuff is way too big. Let me go see. Maybe. Let me look here. Let me dig out my. I don't think they sent me springs though. They did send me pins, a bunch of pins. Yeah, they sent me tons of pins, man. Tons of pins. All labeled in bags. These came from, I believe it was Packlock.
Oh yeah.
Sent me 8 different kinds of pins.
Nice.
I bought cores from them for my locks, replacement cores, and I included all of those pins in there. All right. Well, I guess let's just have to give them a little stretchy and see what happens. See how long they hold up before they collapse again. Oh, come here.
Just wait till you see some of these like Goal and Sergeant and Queso fucking springs. You got to get a magnifying glass out to see them. They're so tiny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like these. These are little springs, but those are even smaller. Yeah, that's crazy. And I don't know. I hear you guys talking about picking these things up with magnets, but how the heck are you doing that? Because aren't these non-magnetic? I mean, unless you get one that happens to have steel in it, but I don't think any of these are steel. These don't look like it.
Well, I got trucker's challenge lock.
Huh?
Said I just got trucker's challenge lock.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I need to start playing with my challenge lock and see if I can open that thing. But I don't know. I don't know that I am up to the challenge. I guess we will see, right?
Let's see, since I accidentally marked a yes on the thing that I already opened this when I didn't. I wrote my name on it, and I don't know what I was thinking.
Use a brass magnet, Zoe says. Is there such a thing as a brass magnet? Shows you how much I know about magnets. I've never heard of that one. I did not know such a thing even existed. Oh, come on. Work with me there. There we go. Oh, yeah. That already feels much more better. Barefoot? What is barefoot? What you talking about, Willis?
I find them in my beard.
Yeah, I heard you saying that. I thought that was funny now.
I was like, I don't even remember gutting a lock. How long has that been in there?
Thought that was supposed to be food particles.
Right?
It's your barefoot? I don't have a barefoot. I don't know what you mean. Come on, you dirty little booger. Nobody wants to see my barefoot. Oh, a brass magnet is your barefoot. I got what you're putting down. See, I'm a little slow this morning, and I admit it. I get where you're going now with that. That's funny. Yeah, I think that in the carpet in my office, so I have two offices at my house. Well, I don't know if you can call them offices, but one is the office I work out of, and then I have my room that I'm in downstairs, unfinished basement, so it's loosely called a room, but it's where I have my desk for doing this kind of stuff. My computer crap is here, and then I've got my gun bench behind me for all my reloading and gunsmithing funness.
I always wanted to get into reloading. Seems like it'd be fun.
As much as lock picking is kind of relaxing,
yeah,
reloading is even more so.
Yeah.
But I don't have like a big massive press.
Yeah.
So mine are individual, one at a time, slow going, and I enjoy it that way. I really get to focus on each individual round and making sure it's done right. So it's kind of fun. I enjoy the heck out of it. So I've got some reloads for one of my rifles right now. I need to get out to the range and try them out. My plan is to try and get to a 1 mile target with my hand loads.
Wow. What are you shooting, a Barrett 50 cal or what?
No. It's just a little bitty. What the heck did I just do to this lock? I put all the pins in, redid it, and now I can't open it. What did I screw up? Ooh, there it went. Wow, it's just really stiffy. Stiffy. All right. Well, now we fixed that one up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it's a lot easier to put a lock together if you put the core in the right way. Just saying. Does not work well when you put the core in backwards, upside down, rather.
I don't feel bad. I got 3 locks sitting over here that I screwed up.
The other thing I probably ought to do is put the retaining clip back on the core. That would be a bad deal. I can just see it exploding apart on me or something. I don't know if it would or not, but I don't want to chance that. Oh, what do we got here? That's what she said. Stiffy. Telling you, Zoe, you need to get on here.
Yeah.
You need to get on and talk, chat, BS a little bit.
Yeah.
Step away from being a stalker.
If they'll let me on here, they'll let anybody on here.
God, what did I do? Boy, that thing's really, really stiff. I don't know what I did to that lock, but I might have messed something up in there. I don't really know. All right, see if I can get into this beastie. Next, turn off the extra blindy light. That's what she said. Stiffy. Yeah, that is what she said. You're in the witness protection program. Put on a voice modulator.
Right.
Let's see. I don't think I can do that on this mic. It just changes the directions that it listens in the witness protection program. Don't worry, I've worked with CIs before. I'll protect you.
Oh, shit. You and me are the only ones that get that.
I'll put a voice modulator on you so I can't understand you. Exactly. Luke, I am your father. There you go. I'll find a Darth Vader voice for you.
MCIs are a special kind of stupid.
Some of them, I used to have one around here. So the big thing back when I was first started down here, all the kids ran around with CB radios in their rigs.
Yeah.
So I had a CB mounted in my car so I could listen to them. And I had some guys that I chatted with on there, and everybody knew who I was. They all knew I was a deputy whenever I was on the radio talking. But I'd usually go out to some different channels or frequencies and get away from them to BS with some buddies that I had. But I'd listen in. But I'd have one of them that he'd reach out to me on there and want to meet up, and then he'd fill me in on different shit that was going down. Yep. It was always comical. Kids on radios are just stupid. I was listening to 2 of them one night planning out a drag race. They were going to race, and they had all lined up. They over the radio announced where they were doing the race, where they were starting, where they were ending. So I went and sat at the finish line and waited for them. You'd always find out where the parties were at. Find out where the latest drug house was at, because they just announced it over the radio.
People just aren't that bright.
I know, you're the only one in the chat talking. What the heck? Did everybody else leave us? What the heck? Come on, peeps. Got anybody new in here? Got any new pickers out there? Anybody with any questions? got the right guy on here to answer it. Broke, not me. So, that's kind of part of the fun, right? Find out what people are working on, what they're doing, what they're struggling with. See if we have any tips or tricks. Planning the race. Yeah, it was. It was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. Morning, Spontaneous. How are you? Just lurking back there in the chat until you hear something good, huh? That's funny. The best one ever. I was on a really small apartment back in Minnesota. And there was a lake park. And I come pulling up there. And there's a whole bunch of cars parked. And they had actually cut the chain and driven out, so they were on the beach of the lake. And I pull up, and all of these kids come bailing out of the water, every one of them buck ass naked, and take off sprinting off into the trees. And, I felt bad for them. So, like, man, that's got to hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of thorn bushes and brambles and all kinds of crap. I came over to the PA and said, hey, come on back, clean up your mess. I'll let everybody out of here. I won't write anybody any tickets. Not a single person came back. So we went down the list of calling parents and had them all come get their cars. And I collected all the clothes and said, you want your clothes? They'll be at the sheriff's department. Had one kid come to get his stuff because he had a brand new set of tennis shoes in there he wanted. And then I'm talking to one guy, manager of the local bank where I was at, the little town. And I said, yeah, we had kind of an interesting night the other night. I said, I'm kind of worried about some of these kids that took off running away. And he goes, oh, is that what happened? I said, our daughter came home and she was naked and scraped up from head to toe. And man, I was all kinds of worried about what happened. And she went through a cut hayfield barefoot to get home. I mean, she was tore up. I was like, well, I guess that's worse than any ticket she would have got. But the parents happened to still be up when she came in the house not wearing a stitch. So she got in a little trouble.
I remember when I was a teenager, I went to a wedding, and on the other side of the fence was the
Dean P.
Was the fairgrounds, and they were having the fair,
Yeah.
So I'm in a suit, and we cut through the fence, and I was hanging out at the fair, and
damn, dude,
I was all dressed in a suit, and I didn't have an armband on, and they sent the cops after us, so we took off running, and I'm running down a hill into somebody's yard to get out on the other side of the fairgrounds. And I jumped up and I stepped on the top of the fence, and it grabbed my bottom pant leg and ripped my pants off. Oh, yeah. I ran through down there all night with no pants on. That cop was like, if you want your pants back, just come back and get them. It's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, right. Nope. That's funny. Yeah, the stupid crap we do as kids, right?
Yeah. Worked out good for me, though. I met this little redheaded chick that, oh, yeah.
Good thing you didn't have any pants on, is that what you're saying?
Right.
Good grief. Now I can't get this stupid lock open. The other one I wanted to gut. Just got up. Dean just got out of bed. I had an alarm set just in case so I wouldn't be late for this morning. Yeah, it didn't matter. I was up ahead of that anyway. We had 77 degrees here Thursday.
What?
Right? Then Friday it was in the 60s. Yesterday it was 32 for a high and snowing.
No wonder everybody's sick.
Yep. The Gestapo. Yes, sir. Hey, I had a lot of fun. I usually found, like, if you pulled over a bunch of kids and they had a bunch of booze in the vehicle, it was almost more torture to those poor kids to make them stand on the side of the road and pour that booze out, because they paid through the nose to get somebody to go in and buy it for them. I mean, I would literally have kids in tears crying as they're pouring their beer out. I was like, it's your choice. You can pour it out, or I could take it and give you a ticket.
I remember I decided to have a party, and I went to the vocational center. That's where I went to school because I got in trouble, so they sent me there all day. And
you can be their problem.
Yeah. So right on the corner was a liquor store that's like out in the middle of nowhere, And we knew on Wednesdays the beer truck came. And I had this little 85 Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra. We waited till that guy walked in there because the beer guy had a crush on the clerk, so he'd sit in there and talk with her. We loaded my car up till the fender wells were rubbing, and I blew the rings out of my engine because it couldn't carry all the weight.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah. We had a good party.
Yeah. I actually busted a party one time where, rather than, usually you'd find them with like a keg or something crap at these parties out in the middle of nowhere. These guys actually had a beer truck sitting there with 6 taps sticking out the side of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you should have saw the look on their face when we impounded the truck.
Oh.
80 and sunny yesterday, 60 and rain today. Yeah, it's cloudy and 29 here right now, rock out.
It's 25 here.
Yeah. Yeah, I got up and there was, I don't know, about 1.5 inches of snow on the ground this morning when I got up.
I'm so over snow and cold. I just want to ride my bike.
Well, yeah, we made a trip over into South Dakota yesterday. Road trip in the nasty weather, and bought a new car and drove that home last night. So,
oh boy.
So that took up most of the day. We made the mistake of taking our dogs with us, and man, those screaming little hyenas about drove us insane.
How can I have that deep a false set and it not open? It's like halfway up.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. Drunken spool, maybe, kind of a thing?
It has to be, because
it's about the only thing I could think of that would do that, right? I don't know.
It's almost a quarter of the way turned.
It's sunny here for now, luckily. Yeah. Not here. Cloudy as can be, but I have a feeling that I may not be leaving the house today. Yeah, I might. You never know. 1 millimeter. Is that a good fit? Hey, there we go.
We haven't been getting very many
I'm cheating.
New people on anybody's lives.
No,
it's like they go in spurts.
Yep, that's right. Not really sure what's up with that. There. Yep. Let's see. I think when I looked last night, it was at 182 subscribers. I don't know. I was thinking of waiting until 250 to do my next giveaway, but that may take a while. I don't know. But I was thinking that'd give me time to get all my stuff lined up that I wanted to do for it. But
yeah,
man, I've got stuff from New House now. I've got stuff that'll be here tomorrow from Multi-Pick, and Southern specialties. I don't know. Once I get to going through everything, who knows? Maybe I'll have to do a couple of different giveaways. Maybe too much for one. I don't know. We shall see. I don't think I haven't gutted this lock at all yet, so it'll be interesting to see what is in here. Maybe. Jeez. Not having fingernails, man, makes picking these things up tough. But I really want to know what is hiding in this lock.
I got to get me one of them gutting wrenches, either from Sparrows, even though I'm not a big fan of Sparrows, but
I give Sparrows an awful lot of crap, but mainly for their picks. Like their practice locks and their gutting tools and stuff. Like these are a set of their Sparrows plier or tweezers. Yeah. They're amazing. I absolutely love them. Some of their tools that way are outstanding.
Yeah, I have to agree.
And even their picks, honestly, they aren't the worst in the world. I've definitely had worse tools, but they are not my favorite. Oh yeah, see? Now this one has steel pins in it. I can tell because they're sticking to my pick.
There's shenanigans going on in this lock.
Well, it wouldn't be a challenge lock if it didn't have shenanigans happening, right?
Man, this thing is catching real bad.
This thing is all steel pins. Yep, every last one of them is a steel pin in here. That would explain some of it, why it's a little stiffer. Yep, every last honking one.
Oh, one of those dragon tensioners. Dean, that just seems like a whole lot of crap to get in the way.
Yeah.
To me.
As you can see there, spool, all spools except for the last one. The last one is a serrated, and then steel springs. That was what was in this one with the master core.
Huh.
So a little different. A little different. So I didn't look. Let's look at the. Scale these up. Let's just have a look at the key pins. That one's kind of a funky looking spool too. Very interesting.
Yeah. I forget what book that's in, but that's where the pry bars came from and stuff. Ooh, I better not say that too loud. People get upset.
Come on, you can come out of there, you little dog. That one came out of the wrong place. And it's kind of like I've got this Sparrows pinning mat that I use down here.
Yeah.
That thing's pretty sweet too.
Yeah, I had that exact same one. It works good.
Well, I bought their whole little repinning kit because I have one of their practice locks here somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was in Steve Hampton's book.
And I bought that repinning kit for it. And that little thing that's sweet, man.
I had a whole bunch of Sparrows stuff. I had where you had the three. One was serrated, one was spool, and one was standard practice locks, and it came in a set. And then I had a bunch of their sets, but I gave
have
them
the
all
single
away.
one. I have this cutout one, and I like that one. It's really sloppy tolerances in it. It's a horrible lock to practice picking with, but it's great to be able to zoom down into that and show how different pins react and work. And then it came with some really wild pins in that kit. I haven't messed with them yet, but I've got like chess pieces pins. I think those would be a challenging little pick.
Some of the pins these challenge lock makers come up with is boggling.
I know. The amount of skill it takes to make some of those things is crazy.
I want to, get into it, but I'm like, God, I'm never even going to be anywhere, I ain't going to be able to make those.
Yeah, I can't make those super fancy ones. And maybe it'll be easier. You have to have that brass rod to do that with. You can't do it with the factory pins. There just isn't enough. It's too hard to get them straight in your chuck. That's part of the problem I have. Like I try to do some spool pins. Ooh. Well, there that pin went, or spring went. Ooh. I don't know if I'm ever going to find him either. Holy Toledo, that thing took off like a rocket ship. Into my disaster of a desk. So, I might have to see if I have I don't think I have a pin that I can put in that either, so I just might have hosed my lock. Crud, dude. Don't you hate it when that happens? Let me look over here.
Yeah, but you watch these guys make these pins and stuff. My hands will never hold up. I can't see that good. I didn't be in there looking like a jeweler.
Oh, I know. I struggle with it, dude. It is tough to see down in some of that stuff that you're trying to do. It really, really is. Well, crap. Ooh. Well, the spring has left the building. That is a bummer. The book? What book would that be, Zoe? Steve Hampton's The Dragon Tensioner.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't seen that one. I think I've heard a couple of people talk about it, but I've never looked that one up. What exactly is the Dragon Tensioner?
It's let's see if I can find it.
Well, this just might become a 4-pin lock instead of a 5-pin lock. Because I'm pretty sure the pins in this reload kit are considerably bigger. They aren't going to fit. Yeah, they're massive difference. Huh. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I've heard reference to that thing, but I've never looked it up.
To me, it just seems a little. It's too busy. If that makes any sense. As soon as I find it here, right here, it looks similar to that.
Oh, yeah, I have seen pictures of that thing. Yeah, that kind of looks like a crazy tensioner, dude.
I mean, I get what it all. You get it all in one, but and it just seems like it'd be getting in the way to me. But what do I know?
That looks like a lot. That does look like a lot.
You'd be poking yourself, and
I have a PDF of it. If you want to message me on Discord, I'll send it to anybody. Huh. Yeah, I might have to take you up on that. It might be an interesting read. I'm always looking for new and exciting things. besides, destroying locks, which I seem to apparently be good at.
Well, I'm pretty good at it too.
With what I just did to this one, losing a spring. Dang it, that really bites. That really bites. I need to find somewhere to order some replacement springs. So I have some of that. Like I said, I have the ones in that reload kit, but I don't know what kind of locks those are designed for, but holy cow, they're some of the biggest, beefiest dang springs I've ever seen. I haven't found anything that comes close to fitting those. Other than their reload, which I think it's just I think that like a Schlag keyway or something would work.
Yeah.
I think that's what those pins are designed for, and those just must use much larger pins and springs. A lot of old books, huh? I bought for another guy here local a while back one of the entry books that Southern Specialties sells, and I was really impressed with the quality of the book. Right, can't lose a spring if you don't disassemble a lock. Boy, ain't that no lie. But the diagrams and the information given in that book were amazing. You talk about a book that could really help you understand locks and lock picking, and even the book that they have for like their little beginner set is just really, really well done. Their beginner's kit is like $10, and it's a nice little kit. I'm not crazy about the pick selection in it, just because there's some profiles I'm not a big fan of. But the $10, the book itself is worth the $10.
Yeah, that's why I designed my own beginner set.
Yeah, well, like they've got a snowman rake in there. I just, other than like wafer locks, I just don't see the purpose in a ball rake like that or snowman.
I use them in dimple locks sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah. I tried to make one into a spoon once when I was into naughtier things.
I wonder what that spoon could have possibly been used for.
In fact, it's right here. Dude, I beat the hell out of it.
Oh, what did these come out of? I just opened up one of my trays, my pinning trays, and look at what's sitting in there.
Oh.
All there's a bunch of springs. What the heck did those come out of?
Nice. Well, it's a win.
Well, it's a win. I guess I can take this lock back apart and put the last pin back in.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what those springs are from. That's the problem with loading up a pinning tray with stuff. Then you got to remember what it came out of.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know Snowman is mainly for wafer locks, which honestly, I would rather see in a beginner's kit a decent like quad peak rake, wave rake, because you'll use a quad peak wave rake will do everything on a wafer lock that a Snowman will do. I mean, I'll pop a wafer lock in a heartbeat with a quad peak rake.
Yep.
So I would just rather have the other, just so you have that extra versatility in there of having a decent actual rake instead of something that's more proprietary.
My beginner set that I put together?
I think I did. I think so. And it looked pretty good. So
I went with the quad peak rake.
Yeah.
A snake rake.
Yep. I've started appreciating snake rakes a little bit more than I used to.
And about a medium hook.
Yep.
And then a double-ended turner. And one you can use for top of the keyway or...
There you go. Right. Yeah, see, to me, that's a little better, a better lineup. Me personally, I like to have in my kits a little more Holy cow, come out of there. More picks than I do rakes. Oh, I don't think this is going to work anyway. No, I don't know what those pins are from, but they're way too big.
Yeah, I do too, but I think it teaches a lot of tensioning when you're braking is why I put.
Yeah, I get it. And I can understand that and appreciate the use for that. Suppose I could do this. Take this thing apart and rate a spring out of it. It's a Master 401 from the Lotto that I broke apart.
When I first started, I had a ball rake, like a medium hook, and a snake rake, and a couple other profiles that God knows what. I still don't even to this day know what they were used for. And I had a lot of fun with the snake rake, zipping for a while there.
Yeah. I've used a snake rake a little bit, and yeah, they're all right. Nothing wrong with a snake rake. Took me a little bit. I kind of prefer, like I said, for me, a nice quad and quint.
Yeah.
Are my favorites, but I can most definitely appreciate the other.
I mostly put it in there for variety, so you could have, because that quad's going to get you into anything that.
Right. That's kind of been my experience too, is that a good quad, you're just pretty much set. It's going to put you into anything you want in.
And then if you want to do some kind of kinetic attack, like with a snake rake, then you got one.
Yep. Yeah.
But I don't know. Were you the one I was talking to the other day that has that like city rakes?
No, I'm not a city rake fan.
I'm not either. I can't get those things to do anything to save my life.
Nope. Well, I've done a couple things with a city rake, but yeah, I just don't appreciate the nuances of those. Well, thanks for dropping by there, G-Key man. Hope you have a marvelous, marvelous Sunday.
Oh, Runesmith is in here.
Oh yeah, Runesmith. How are you, sir? Boop, 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 boop. Taking my life in my own hands here as many times as I'm ripping these locks in and out. Eventually, you get bit, right? Isn't that kind of how that goes?
Yeah.
Eventually, it catches up to you. All right. But, hey, I think I'm going to get my lock all back together and happy, even though I'm missing a pin or spring.
Man, I don't want to screw up freaking 6 pins or 6 springs, but I wasn't paying attention, and I left the springs in there, and I slid the.
Your PC will be watching. Somebody's watching you. All right.
Man, can't even get it.
There we are. Now let's hit you again.
I'm doing pretty good there, Runesmith.
Yeah. We are doing marvelous. Simply marvelous, darling. Over here destroying locks, losing pins, the usual joyous stuff. It's about time for me to recharge my flashlight too. I've used it quite a bit and haven't charged it, so it might be getting a little weak. There we go. All right. And they're in straitjackets. That might would be happening to stick around these lives too long. You know, either a straitjacket or just a trip to the funny farm, or just from the sheer boredom of it all, right? You can only watch people screw up their hardware so long before you give up.
Or you're like, what are these guys even doing?
Yeah, well, that too. That too. Oh, there we go. I do have a USB-C cord here, so I can plug this in.
All right.
Let that baby charge up.
Oh, trouble
there. We'll just let it drop.
Oh.
Well, at least you had somebody to try and teach you lock picking there, Rune Smith. I learned mine from the School of Hard Freaking Knocks, and it still is beating me up. I just never really understood the whole city rake thing. I mean, I get it, kind of, but to me, there are so many other tools that are just better.
Way better.
But again, a lot of that is just lack of experience with it too, right? I haven't done a lot of work with those, so I just might be missing the calling of what they are. Oh, really nice there, Zoe. The only reason Zoe is watching us is because there's nothing on TV.
Ah. I see how it is.
Yeah, I see how it is. Yeah, we're just second rate. We mean nothing. But hey, I'm glad we could entertain you through your boredom. I bet my coffee's cold now. Yep. It surely is. Thinking about ordering some more poker chips. I'm about out of those, but
yeah,
that'll probably really tick the wife off.
That might do it.
Huh?
I said that might do it.
That might do it. Yeah. Well, there we go. I'm going to go back to my dog leg for this challenge lock. I just like how they feel on the pins.
I gotta wait till when I get paid. I gotta order your heavy dog legs.
Yeah, that's what I'm using right now, are the heavies. Yeah, that's what I've got. I've got, what did I order? 10 sets of each to have on my inventory of the heavies and the regulars. A couple of sets of the pocket picks. I've got the dog leg inserts for the pocket picks. I have heavies and regulars of those already.
Nice.
Yeah. Ordered a couple of my full pick sets in the cases, and then I ordered a few different case sizes. When you started, Zoe, there were only about 13 types of tools. It's kind of amazing how many different tool formats there are out there. The other one that I've never really understood is that lovely little half diamond.
Oh,
I've never really quite gotten the use case for those.
I used them for dimple locks.
Right, I can see it for a dimple lock, almost using it like a flag.
Yeah. But other than that, I haven't really used it for anything else.
I ordered my chips from Chip Lab.
And, way better and older a lot.
If you've never used Chip Lab, when you first go on there and you sign up, they'll give you a 20% off code. And then every so often you'll get sales and discounts. Like I've got another one for, I think the one I have right now is like 40% discount or something. So I'm going to be able to I'm going to order two different types. I'm going to reorder some of these same ones that I have. And then I'm going to order some with the fire logo that I've got on the other ones. And then one will be gray and the other ones will be red. Yeah, I know the diamond is supposed to be for single pin picking, but man, I've just never quite figured that out. Well, get with me on Discord, Dean, and I will see what I can do. I'm getting down kind of low on the whole chips. That's why I need to order more. Really? Huh. Rinsmith says the half diamond is the most versatile pick in his kit. Uses it as zip, scrub, single pin, hybrid, as a dimple flag. You know, I have messed with it zipping a little bit, and I've had some success with it. And again, yeah, it seems to be fine. But again, I have other picks in my collection that I think are almost better for a lot of things. But I can see where they maybe have their place. And again, it's one of those, it depends on what you've used and how much time you've spent with it. A deep gonzo. What the heck is a deep gonzo? Have you heard of a deep gonzo pick before they're broke? I think I've heard the name, but I don't know that I've ever seen one.
No. Okay.
Let me go see if I can find one so we can all see what a deep gonzo look. That's what Google exists for, right? Maybe.
White to blue and just a half diamond. Bang.
White to blue belt with just a half diamond. Well, that'll be kind of cool.
I still don't understand what happened to this multi-pick or multi-lock interactive. It just won't pick anymore.
Yep, I saw the dick pic too. Yeah, you see, you should have got in on that early, Dean. So who makes this gonzo pick? Because I'm not finding anything about a gonzo pick. Like I said, I've heard the name before. I've heard people talk about them, but I've never seen anything like it. So I don't know what the heck they are. It's a deep hook. They call it a gonzo because it's like the nose of the gonzo character on Sesame Street. Oh, I gotcha. So who makes it that calls it a gonzo? Well, I don't know for sure, but I think in my order tomorrow, I might have my dog leg with a deep hook.
Oh, yeah?
To try out and see how they're going to work. You made your own. Yeah, I haven't tried making my own picks at all yet. Maybe at some point. That might be kind of fun to do too. I know I need to get after some woodworking, a little sanding and polishing. I'm going to make some wood handles for the Southern Specialties, the Force set. I'm going to custom carve out some wood handles to put on those. I think that'll be kind of neat.
Yeah, I wanted to get that.
It's a neat little set. It really is. I like them. They're kind of fun. I like the half diamond because it's a jack of all trades, but you're right. There are not many things that can do better than a specific tool. And I get what you mean. If you're going to have a limited number of tools in a kit, then yeah, pick the things that are the most versatile that you can. That'll work for a little bit of everything. And I get that. Yeah.
I guess I use it more than I think I do.
The half diamond?
Yeah.
Like I said, I have this one here. I It's came in this Moki set. I think that's the only half diamond I've got. No, I have one other one that came in the other kit that I bought ages ago. Well, not ages ago. God, ages ago. Yeah, it was like a year ago.
Yep.
Down at the Black Hat convention, the kit they had a half diamond in it. And I think I've tried using it a little bit. Yeah, so there is a Brinks with a half diamond. This Master 150, this lock kicks my butt. I've never been able to rake the dang thing, ever.
No.
I know a lot of people say it's an easy rake, and it has never been an easy rake for me.
Oh, I think I got one.
It's never even an easy single pin pick. It's really a strange lock for me because every time I go in there to pick it, the pins feel different. It's like a new lock every single time I pick the dang thing up. Sometimes you'll tickle one or two pins and the thing pops open, and the next time you'll fight with it forever and not get anywhere.
I got the 140 or the 150.
Yeah, see this one here is a 150. And then I've got a 4140 here, a little dinky thing, V-line 4140. It's a fun little one to rake. That's the one my granddaughter likes to hit because it's so easy.
Oh, yeah, I got the 140.
Yeah. Yeah, the 150 is definitely a step up. So the 140 is a yellow belt lock. The 150 is an orange. Because it's got some security pins in it a little more so. And that one has just been a bear to pick, man. I mean, it's a fun one. I enjoy it. I like playing with it. Mainly because it feels like something different every single time I hit it. Making note presently. Yeah, that's why I thought I'd try it out. And I'm just going to use some popsicle type handles to make some, because I don't want anything super thick on those, because I want them to continue to fit in the case that they've got. They're just sweet little picks, but they're so thin and flexible that I think putting some wood on there will stiffen it up a little bit. And then I think the same point, I can stain that up and kind of give it some almost patina, if you will, to kind of go with the whole force, make them look a little aged.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be kind of fun. I'm looking forward to working on those. I need to do that, but I want to finish up this challenge lock, the pins on that thing first, and then I'll get to busy sanding on that. And then I've got some super tiny drill bits for my Dremel, and I think I'll be able to use those to go in and carve out the holes, because there's holes all up and down the handles of that thing. So I'm going to carve all of those out as well and do some playing. So I'm looking forward to that. I like playing with stuff like that. I just haven't done it. I love woodworking, but man, I haven't done a lot in quite a while. So it's time to get back to playing. You can buy instrument making veneer, which is just 2mm sheets of great hardwoods. Yeah, and I think they have some of that super thin stuff even down at we have Hobby Lobby here, and I saw they have actually a pretty good selection of wood in there, of small thin sheets, and that might even work better. Thought I'd try it and just see how it goes. That's kind of what I'm thinking too, Spontaneous, is that with wood handles on there, you're still going to get that good feedback through it because it'll transmit through that, where some of the others it doesn't, I don't think, as well. I don't know. Lots of things to play with. Ooh. But that's my grand goal, my grand scheme of things, is to play with that a little bit and see if I can get anywhere. Making some wood handles. I think that'll be fun. But finish up pins. I might work on some pins this afternoon. I gotta build a shelf for the wife today, so I'll be working on that here in a little bit. But
well, I'll build the shelf for you if you come and put this new bathtub and bathroom surround in for me.
I've done a few of those before, actually. They can be a real pain in the rear. They really, really can. Yeah, I'm excited to try the wood handles. I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun making them. The hardest ones will be making them for those little scythe rakes. And then figuring out the right way to attach them without gumming everything up. But probably it'll just be epoxy them on. About the only way I can really see to do it right. See how big of a mess I can make with some epoxy.
Oh yeah, I love playing with epoxy.
Yeah. Purple Heart is beautiful. My dad used to do a bunch of woodworking with Purple Heart. Man, that's some pretty wood. I've got a wood bowl around here with a lid that he made that it's done with Purple Heart and one other wood, and then he mixed and matched the different layers of the wood around it, so it's got different colors going through it. Just beautiful stuff. It was hard for him to find that up in Minnesota, and it was expensive when he would find it. Oh, baby.
What am I doing wrong? I just
go to the standard dog leg. You know, that's the thing with the standard over the heavy. The standard's just a little bit thinner, that little shallower neck. I think they reach in a little better. So what I asked him to do on the deep is to take this same profile of the thin, but once you get out here where this neck first starts to curve up,
yeah,
that's where he thins it out. So on the standard, it goes from 2 millimeters here out to 1.5 millimeter, and it follows that 1.5 all the way to the end. So I've asked him to keep it that 2 millimeter all the way out to the end to give it that little more strength going out there, but still not be a super thick pick. Good morning, Mr. Nola. How are you?
What's going on?
The lurker has arrived. We're just over here cussing and discussing all things fun and exciting. Hey, I finally found, remember, I think it was last week, we were talking knives a little bit and showing off a few things. I think I had, who'd I have on here with me last week? Newhouse was on here. Well, I knew I had a tote full of some other knives, and I finally found it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so now I've got some stuff to work on sharpening, but I've got one on there that I think that was the first knife my dad ever gave to me. I've got more to find somewhere else yet, but oh, there's a fun one. That one I'll show everybody. They'll get a kick out of that knife. So I was telling everybody that my dad gave me one that was from a seed company. And let's see if we can. What did I do with my? There we go. I'm gonna zoom down so I can keep my light on this thing. All right, you can focus, camera. If you won't do it, I'll make you manually focus. Manual focus. Come on, there you go. From the Trojan Seed Corn Company. Got a guy over here holding a big corn cob over his head, and I always had to laugh about that when you start talking about Trojan condoms. And then here you got the Trojan Seed Company.
Yeah.
Holding what looks like a dick over his head. You're in Trojan country.
Wow.
But that was the first knife my dad ever gave me that he had got from somewhere. Old little blade. Let's kick this back to autofocus. It's got 2 blades in it, long and a little shorty. And you can see there's been a lot of sharpening done on that thing over the years. Yeah, that was my first ever pocket knife. Then the other one, I don't remember what brand this old beast is. The old leather. It's a 330. Oh, this was a. I've never been able to find much out about this company. What the heck is it? KINTOAHS. I don't know. USA made. Beautiful little knife. I've used the heck out of that little thing.
Oh yeah, I got one of those. I just got it from the pawn shop.
I don't know what the heck that brand is. I can't quite make out the whole name.
I'm trying to make a sheath for it because I got it.
Use that same brand then that starts with a K on the blade. Is that what it says?
Oh, let me get some spectacles.
Just picked up an your old Master 5 that had absolutely no good feedback. Yep, I hear you. Yeah, I still got the original old leather sheath for this bad boy, and I did an awful lot of trapping. A lot of skinning has happened with that knife. A lot.
What did you say it's spelled?
Starts with a K.
Got a big long tail on the K.
Yep. Big tail swoops underneath the USA off of the K.
Yep.
KIN. I think it's a T.
OL something.
OLHS.
Something like that.
I don't know. Very, very beautiful. Very well made knife.
Yeah, I've had a few of them over the years.
Yeah, my dad had another one of these. I don't know who got it, but he had another one of these, but it was a much larger knife, and that was his hunting knife. It was quite a bit bigger, a lot beefier blade.
I got a piece of leather. I want to make a new sheath for it.
Yeah.
This thing is shot.
And then there's the old cheapy switchblade. A Rostfrei B. Don't know anything about it. But, man, spring must be getting weak. It won't even latch open anymore. There it went. Yeah, but that thing, man, look at how horrible the bolsters fit on there. I mean, it is just a cheap, cheap, cheap knife.
Yeah.
Really cheap knife. Oh, yeah, the old Buck 110.
Yeah.
You can never go wrong with one of those, man. They are amazing. Been practicing my butter cookie. Yep, I need to get after doing the butter cookie video too, right? That hot right there. Pick me open a lock and then have me a butter cookie. Hey, Zoe, throw that PDF over my way if it's for that book. I wouldn't mind having a look at that. Yeah, I got to give you a little crap. I think it's fun that you're doing that. You know, the way I've always looked at it, if you can't make fun of and have fun with yourself, then by God, you better not be picking on anybody else. It used to drive my wife nuts, or my mom actually nuts. So I'm half Norwegian, half Swedish. So I always was buying these Norwegian joke books and laying them around the house and laughing my butt off at these super stupid, cheesy lager jokes they have in there. You know, like, you know, you heard that it was such a tragedy that the Norwegian National Library burnt down, didn't you? The worst part is only one of the books had been colored in. Yeah, I need to get after doing some uploads. I was trying, man. I was working on a review video yesterday, and it was for these multi-picks, and it was driving me nuts, man. I finally gave up because seriously, I could not open a single freaking lock on camera yesterday. I finally gave up because I was like, yep, this isn't working. Time for me to go home.
Yeah. Been there.
I'll try again another day. But I want to redo that one because I didn't do that pick set any justice. But always have to make fun of yourself. That's the way I look at it. You know, life's too short to be serious.
Yeah.
And again, if you can't make fun of yourself, what's the point? Some people just get butt hurt way too easy and just can't take a joke. I've never been a big one that way. Never, never, never. Yeah, that's right. Although, I mean, I'm so damn good and so perfect, I can't make fun of myself too much. But, I try where I can find a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same as you, Noel. I don't even know what giveaways are going on out there anymore. I'm so far behind on it.
Yeah.
I know there are quite a few, but
Oh,
oh man, this lock, dude. It truly is Satan.
I can't pick nothing except for Trucker's Challenge lock. But the other one I can't get. I can't pick anything else. One of these days, I'm gonna have to get up the guts to gut this thing and see. I don't understand why it doesn't pick anymore.
Well, I know Otter sent me this one, and he said, yeah, it really, he worked his butt off to try and get this thing finally open. So I'm like, oh well, I might be hosed then. I told you guys, man, I wanted to try a challenge lock, but I need a beginner's challenge lock, right? I need a simple one because I'm just a simple man. You haven't touched a lock in over a week. Well, that's just a crying shame. Melissa Johnson talks more about you than anybody else. To Zoe or to Mr. Nola. That's funny. Yeah. That's because he's always sneaking in there with his other accounts, right? What Dirty Diana? Get in there and start talking all inappropriate, ruining the kid-friendly shows.
Right. If I'm on it, it isn't kid-friendly.
Yeah. I'm trying to be better with the potty mouth that I normally have, but it ain't working.
I try, but
yeah, I try.
Once I get on a roll, it just
right.
Stopping it.
She earned her crap talking permission. I get a kick out of listening to Nola and Marissa on there. They have such a good fun time on their lives. It's great. I like how they kind of work together at it. It's fun. Thump it up. You got to be thumping it up. And then did you guys see Nick's Picks Challenge out there?
I seen it's out there. I didn't see what it is.
Dude, I got all I can do to pick a lock while I'm looking at it. He wants you to be handcuffed and pick a lock behind your back. Then pick your way out of the lock or the handcuffs.
Oh.
And then he goes on video, gets handcuffed, and picks 7 lever locks behind his back.
He's a freak of nature.
Dude.
A long time. He's and with them lever locks, there ain't nobody better besides what's his face, Bumble or
yeah, Humboldt.
No, Briny or.
Well, I think they have a lot more of those over. Yes, it truly was. It truly was inspired by Satan. I hate it. This lock is killing me. Yeah, Nick's Picks. Go check it out, dude. He's got one heck of a giveaway. He's got a lot of cool crap going to be in the giveaway as well. And I think he did it with 2 sets of handcuffs on him. And
Nigby? Yeah, Nigby.
That could be. You have to single pin pick the lock. You cannot rake a lock. You have to single pin pick the lock. You can rake the handcuffs, but not the locks. So I might have to give it a try, but man, I don't know, man. That would just, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. They're very popular over in England and Germany, and you know, a lot of lever locks are still very much in use over there, even on house doors. So
yeah, they're insurance locks. The insurance companies put locks on stuff over there. I forget how the story goes, but.
And then what was it? He's got, if you do, there was something else too. He's got two parts of the giveaway. Do handcuffed and picking a lock. And then there's a second section. If you do that section, then you go into a separate drawing for one of his custom-made picks. So go check it out, man. Pretty cool stuff.
What can I?
You've been yanking our little nose hairs for 2 days now.
Do I have anything?
Noah says you might do a Primus handcuffed behind the back. Not a chance in hell I pull that off. Yeah, right. I'm figuring it's going to be, you know, one of these little brinks. He said, and it has to be, what did he say? It had to be at least a 4-element lock. So he's got some pretty strict rules in there, and he's like, man, you follow the rules or it'll be rejected.
A 4-element lock. Like
at least a 4-pin lock. Or at least a 4-lever lock, not a 2 or something. So, yeah.
Okay, possibly even.
So that's where, like I said, I think this little brinks will work. And they're not an overly tough pick. So I might be able to pick that behind my back. I don't know, dude. The hardest part for me is going to be finding it right to get the tension wrench in. And Noah says he's going to do a best lock. You're kind of a glutton for punishment, aren't you, dude?
I'm probably going to do this. I'm going to try it.
It's a really cool challenge. It really is, and it'll be fun. Right? That's some Houdini stuff to pick a lock. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to try picking a lock behind my back before I ever try and do it with a set of cuffs on. Because, man, I put cuffs on, I'm going to be screwed. I don't know. Like I said, go check out his video. It's fun to watch him go through. He does 7 lever locks. 5 of them are the same, and then 2 are a different type. He has to use a different tool on. He does it blindfolded and handcuffed, just to make sure that he can't see anything. But it's behind your back. You can't see anything anyway. But I think I could pick one in front of me blindfolded. It's one of my locks that I'm pretty comfortable with. I think I could do that. But behind your back, that's a whole different level of insanity. Really is.
God, what is he giving away?
Oh, he's got a whole pile of stuff in there. 3D printed pick stand. There's a law lock tool pick set. There are a couple of locks included in there. He's got a bunch. It's pretty cool. Depends on the engine. You just might work on it behind your back. You never know. If you're afraid of it blowing up in your face, you might do it behind your back. But yeah, if you haven't checked it out, go check him out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
His giveaway. It's a fun video to watch if nothing else. But get in there and try it because I think it'll be a good time. I think that's the first video where you actually see him on camera. He has his wife being would you look at this garbage? So I'm picking up and putting away some picks. And what do I find laying right here? My missing spring. It launched right back and landed right here in front of me. Dude, that's just ridiculous. It doesn't go with that kit. I'll put it in this case. Yeah, everything's about feel, but it's just a whole different. It's just like you take a locket that you can pick regularly in hand, and then turn around and throw it in a vise, and it's a completely different feel.
Yeah.
And I bet it's going to be the exact same thing behind your back. It's just going to be a totally different feel for how to pick it. So I think it'd be quite the challenge. Really, I really do. I could be wrong, but you know, for some of you absolute knocking it out gurus out there, probably be a cakewalk.
Let's see if I can.
For some of us guys that struggle to put their shoes on or their pants on, you know, might be a different story. But I'm going to have to try it. I don't know if I'll get to the point of doing a video on it or not, but we will see. Oh, look at that. He's already at it over there, picking behind his back. Let's get some cheerleader music going. Go broke. Go broke. Yeah, I have too. It is amazing what a contortionist you can become when you're trying to get to some of those bolts up in there to work on a car. It is just downright stupid. Been there, done that. Fuel up on butter cookies beforehand. You know, and I heard, who was it the other day that was ragging on you about butter cookies and having no flavor? I love those butter cookies, man. They're awesome. Especially dunk those babies in a little coffee. Oh, primo. Yum, yum. Doesn't get much better than that. Or as Mr. Sonola would say, that be hot. Yep. No, I love them. Every Christmas, man, the store's got the tins full of butter cookies. And I go in there and what the heck are all these cookies doing in my sewing kit? But I buy them and eat them anyway. Love them babies. Oh, let's see. Throw these back. How's it going over there, Broke? You get it open yet?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, I know you're went out to the flea market. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, we got cookies.
Anyway.
So here is.
Oh, I got it.
You got it.
1100 behind my back.
Oh, very good. Here's that homemade knife I was talking about that I made when I was a kid. And I just leather wrapped the handle, and it's pretty bad, pretty rough shape. But I made that kind of a blade to use for skinning a lot, right? Getting in there and taking the hide off. It's pretty rough. It's pretty bad. But man, I bet I was 12 years old when I made the stupid thing. But I had a sheath for it at one point that I made out of an old leather boot. But that baby is still, I don't think it'll still shave, but it's sharp. Still got a halfway decent edge on it. You know, a lovely little paper test. So it ain't shaving sharp, but it's sharp. But I want to get a little sheath made for that little thing because I like it. It's fun. I need to clean it up because you can see my grinds on that thing, man. It is a rough blade. But
let's see, they're gonna go.
I want to redo this and put a wood handle on this thing too. But put the little notch in there, get your finger in to work it. Love it. Yeah, make sure you got a rock solid backup plan before you put the cuffs on, right? You know, I can get in there and I can open them with the cuffs in front of me. I'm not so sure about behind the back.
I've never even tried. So this is either going to go really wrong. Really
well, hopefully you're not home alone.
No, there's people here.
There you go.
But it doesn't.
But, you know,
think about that until after I did it.
You get yourself locked in the cuffs. I hope they laugh like crazy as they're getting you out of them. I was like, you know, you'd think you would have spent enough time in those cuffs, you wouldn't want to do it again.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, that was impressive picking an 1100 behind your back, dude. That's pretty crazy.
Well, it's a pretty easy 1100 off. No, I just had it. Damn it. It popped out.
I need help, right? That's what I expect to hear Broke hollering before too long. Hey, because I can get out of them pretty easy that way. But behind my back, dude.
I've never tried it before. This was a bad idea. Why do
It
you guys
was a bad idea. And it's like I said too. You got to get the.
Okay, I got.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Got those. Okay.
So tension wrench fits in there nicely.
I picked the 1100. I have no idea where the keyhole is.
You'll have to direct him to this video, and you can have it as your entry.
Oh, look at that. I did it.
Oh, nope. You have to open both of them behind your back.
Oh, I have to open both of them?
You have to open both. Yep. Or he will reject you, he says. But damn, man, that's good. Look at that. Holy crap. You'll need to carve that out of this video and get it over to him. I can tag him in it for you, or you can.
Right?
Might work as your entry.
I can't believe it. It might work. There's
One of
probably
the guys attempted back home alone and accidentally dropped the key off the counter, so he was stuck cuffed for over 2 hours. Yeah, that would suck. That would suck. Man, my wife would laugh herself silly if I came walking upstairs handcuffed, asking her to get me out of them.
Right?
Man, that was awesome. Good job, dude. You rocked right through that, too.
I can't believe I did it.
You'll have to look at what the follow-up challenge was and do another video on it. I think maybe it was double locking the cuffs.
Okay.
But there was another piece to the challenge, and then you can get entered in the separate giveaway that he's doing for one of his custom picks. Because that dude, man, he makes some ridiculously nice picks.
Yeah, he's a very talented man.
Oh, absolutely.
And a wonderful human being.
Not to mention his video is just fun to watch. He's having fun with it and laughing and giggling, and his wife is making fun of him and laughing away in the background. It's awesome. It's a really good video, really fun. So go check him out. And yeah, get your entry in there. That's awesome. Yeah. Broke kicking buttocks. That's exactly right. That's really cool, dude.
I can't believe I did that.
Man, you made it look easy. You made that crap just look easy. Yeah, here's another little blade that I've got. My sister-in-law, she knew at one point I was kind of really big into collecting knives. And she found this thing and sent it to me. It looks pretty dang rough, but that's kind of a weird little blade. Eagle head on the end of it. It's all scarred up, and I don't know, it's just some little Pakistani blade. But it's kind of a neat looking one. Neat wall hanger. It's got actually a nice looking sheath.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a bunch of them I need to get after and do some sharpening. That new sharpening system that I've got works pretty doggone well.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I've got a whole nother box full of knives somewhere, but I don't know where the heck it is. I haven't found the box yet. It's a metal can. I don't know where that's at. I haven't found it. Yeah, man, I need to try that behind the back. I don't know if I've got the guts.
See, with me is I don't think first. I just do.
Right? I hear you. Here's one thing I want to say is kind of a little bit of a beef. So I ordered some new stickers, and I ordered 3-inch stickers from Sticker Mule.
Yeah.
And I put out my logo on there, and here's what I got for my 3-inch stickers. The problem that I've got get this one up because I wanted to compare them. So here is a 3-inch sticker that I also got from them. But see that nice big boundary around the edge? So you don't end up with a true 3-inch sticker. The ones that I bought from my local printing shop are printed all the way to the edge. There is no big boundary around there, so it's a true 3-inch sticker. They kind of short you on what they give you. But their print looks good. I mean, it turned out really nice. You know, I got those. And I got these for the other ones. Kind of like those. I've got a shirt coming with that on it. Kind of like how that one turned out. Get it up a little higher. Got the lock, Greyhound picking down there, the little dog face and the lock. I like the way they cut it out. But again, big old boundary around it, so you lose a lot of real estate.
Yeah, and they save a ton in ink.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, absolutely right. Honestly, I think that is my last one of the holographic stickers. I don't think I have any more of those left. I don't think I'll buy those again. I wasn't real impressed with those. Delbert Alexander. Morning, sir. Staying busy with the animals on the ranch. Well, you're talking ranch. You must be out west here somewhere. Where are you located at, Delbert? What state you in? Yeah, I like them. I think they're kind of cool stickers. Kind of neat. I've got a bunch of those. My plan was I'm going back to Black Cat again this year, and they've got the Red Team Tools puts on a lockpick bench there. So go in there and do a little picking with those guys, and I might drop a few stickers around the table and maybe throw out some poker chips and, you know, advertise while I'm there.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of neat. If you've never been to one of those, it's really kind of cool. They've got, you know, it's a tech security conference. Oh, you're out in California. All right, awesome. And you get out in the middle of this vendor, and here's this massive booth that's completely surrounded around it with locks and lock picks, and they have lock picking competitions and all kinds of junk going on out there, and progressive picks, and you know, it's how fast can you get through the progressives up the line, and it's kind of cool. It's really neat. That was where I bought this set of picks, was there, and that's got a little wave rake, a medium hook. There's a short hook I've got in somewhere. I bought that set there, and that was a Red Team Tools, which those are made by Southern Specialties. But yeah, really cool. Really, really cool stuff, man. Yeah, I need to resize or get some different stickers. So I was thinking of getting some of my stickers to put on these boxes, these cases, and then make a little pinning tray out of that and a follower to throw in there. I was looking to see if I could find some cheap, small tweezers to put in there for a tweezer for, you know, if you're going to have a pinning tray and a follower, you kind of need a pair of tweezers. But
yeah,
I haven't found any of those that are affordable.
Go to like Michael's or something. I'm sure they got something.
Well, yeah, it'd be nice to find some that actually are designed for doing picks that have the curved end, but that's what I might look at doing. You know, the other ones I've got have these that I don't know if you can see the ends on these. Let me zoom it down where I've got better lighting. Come on. Why can't you focus? You usually focus really well down here. Why are you struggling today? All right, fine. So see the hooks on the end of that?
Yeah.
They're made for removing sutures.
Oh, yeah.
But they work really well on pins.
I've never thought about that. I've had a lot of sutures.
Yeah, they grip onto the pins quite well. So those are pretty decent. All right, zoom back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are pretty cool. I've had those things forever, and they work really well. I like those. Yeah. And then I've been 3D printing away on all kinds of a wide variety of oddities and knickknacks. I need to find some more stuff to do that way, but made a nice little pick stand up here. It's got a little pinning tray in it. So, yeah,
That's
it's been
cool.
kind of fun. I want to print out another vise because I have the big vise base. I want to get another one, the little triple leg job instead. I like the big one. Yeah, Dean, I saw you bugged me. I will follow up on that. I can probably put together something, send you a poker chip or two, and maybe some stickers. Let's see what I've got. I don't even know how many of these bad boys I've got left. Look at that. That is it right there. 7 poker chips. I got one here. 8. 8 chips left.
I've got a couple stickers left.
Yeah, I've got stickers. I've got a pretty good coupon code for some poker chips. So, I mean, like I said, I might have to order some more, but I'm still looking at about $80 for a box of those. Doggone things aren't cheap.
No, but they are cool.
They are cool. They are cool. So it's all right. It is what it is. I just told the wife, well, I'll just write that off as marketing for the store, right? Marketing.
Yep.
Yeah. Include that and the taxes at the end of the year. Not that I have enough to be able to write anything off. Then I got my 200K Club sticker. Got the letter hanging on the wall back here. That's always kind of cool. So neat that those companies do that, actually. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
And who was it I saw? Was it, what was these guys, wasn't it? Lockjaw?
Yeah.
They've got some giveaways coming up or things they're getting ready to do, right? That coin. That's the next thing I'm going to 3D print out is a stand for coins and chips. Because I have my one from Newhouse. I have that coin. It's upstairs. I need to get something to mount that up with. I'm sure I can. Actually, I can't put that one. I don't know what is yours magnetic.
What?
Your coin? Yeah. Will it stick to a magnet?
No.
What kind of metal are they making them out of that they don't?
I'm assuming brass.
Well, brass isn't usually silver, though, right?
Well, this ain't silver. It's brass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yours is. His looks like it's like a steel, but it's non-magnetic. It doesn't stick. Hey, Matt's Lock Shop. How are you this morning? That's kind of what I thought, Spontaneous. It's a great marketing tool. And that's where I thought bringing a handful of different poker chips with my stuff on it and a QR code to my YouTube channel and toss them around some tables and stuff down at Black Hat. Hey, good advertising, right?
Yep.
Like I said, I'm getting closer on the channel. I don't know. It's probably going to take me a long time to get to that 250 mark, but that's where I was thinking the next giveaway was 250. But depending on what all I have, I might do a couple of giveaways in there. We will see. We will see. That's kind of what I'm thinking anyways. At least the 250. But I've got, like I said, I have 2 pry bars for giveaways from Newhouse. I've got stuff coming from Southern Specialties. I've got stuff coming from Multi-Pick. At some point, I might use this one that I opened up and played with as a giveaway rather than sell that one. But we shall see. We shall see. I'm hoping that those will sell for me.
They should.
I hope so. I need to find where to go to advertise the shop out there and get them out there. And
probably Facebook or TikTok or something.
Yeah, I have not messed with TikTok. You know, it's crazy. My daughter's doing these custom mugs with glitter and stuff in them, right? She's making these and she's been doing lives.
Yeah.
She does her lives with TikTok. Her last live, she had 140,000 people.
Holy shit.
Right? I mean, it is absolutely insane the turnout she is getting and the amount of subscribers that she has using that platform. It is flat out bonkers. And the sales, she's almost to the point now where she thinks she's going to have to find somebody else to come in and help her because she doesn't have time to make all the mugs that are selling out.
Holy shit.
So it is absolutely
That's
crazy.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It is amazing. It's like, yeah, I know, but God, it's TikTok. I just don't want to go down the TikTok road.
Oh yeah. Ugh. I don't either. I started to sign up and stuff for it, but
Yeah.
then it started giving me a pain in the ass because I got two different uh, emails, and it was going off my other email, and
Right.
going,
Yeah. Well, and then she was doing she was an Amazon influencer at one point. So she was getting products sent to her, and that was tied in through TikTok. And she finally had to quit that because TikTok was absolutely, they were driving her insane. If she wasn't posting enough stuff and enough stuff fast enough, they were threatening to ban her channel and shut her down, and it was just insane. So she found, was just like, all right, I'm done. I'm not doing that anymore. It just isn't worth it.
yeah, it doesn't even sound fun.
Yeah, she said it was too much. But the amount of stuff she was getting sent from these different companies for her to review and show and do was pretty amazing. But that's when she decided to go and start doing her own stuff and doing these mugs, and it's been really something for her so far. So
That's awesome.
yeah, and I don't know about doing the lockpick stuff over at TikTok, if there'd be any real chatter for that or not. But
I don't know either.
I'm talking a little more over on the Reddit and the Reddit channels. The LPU channel they have over there is pretty cool. There's a lot of people there. But it is what it is. I don't know. We shall see. Yeah, skin crawls, but yeah, exactly. There's so many people on TikTok, but man, if you have ever actually taken the time to read the user agreement with TikTok, you would never put that app on your phone.
Yeah.
It is absolutely frightening to read through that thing and see what you are giving them access to by using it. It's frightening. I just can't bring myself to do it. But that's the security guy in me for work side of it. That's like, man, yeah, we ban it at work. It is not allowed on company phones or computers at all, because it is you literally give away everything but your firstborn child when you run TikTok.
Jeez.
I mean, you give them, if you read through that thing, they get full access to your camera, your microphone. They can listen to you at any time. They can have access to all of your text messages, your email, literally anything you do on your phone, you give them access to. So it just, yeah, I don't think it's worth it for me. But so many people are so vested in that thing that it's going to be a tough one for some people to get away from.
I had to just stop going on it because it just upset me. And
right. And so many people are so upset about the government talking about wanting to ban it or block it, but that's exactly why, is because it is such a security problem for us as a country. The government phones or stuff, I agree, they shouldn't be allowed to have it on there at all. But a lot of it is, people can do what people want to do, but man, take the time to read some of that stuff, because it's frightening. It is really scary. But it's such a massive user agreement. People don't read those things. No. I know here a while back, there were some people that did a test with this, and they spun up a free wireless. They put out a Wi-Fi signal somewhere, and it had where when you connected to it, it gave you an end user agreement that you were supposed to read through and agree to in order to join and use the wireless. And they put it out there, and people were joining this thing, and then they were tracking down those people and said, "Did you read that end user agreement?" No, I didn't read it. And they started showing, they had put all kinds of crazy crap in there, right? Like exactly that. You gave them rights to your children, and you gave them rights to your, and just all kinds of really stupid, bizarre stuff. And it's, this is what you get when you don't read it.
Yeah. And that's why they make it so long and use.
Absolutely. And so many legalese terms and crap in there, because they know people aren't going to take time to read it.
Or learn legalese to know what, because.
Yeah. You really need to. You got to take time, guys, to read that stuff, because it some of it will absolutely terrify you if you actually read it and you're like, yeah, I'm not going there. And some of it, other stuff just isn't. But the thing you got to remember, if you're grabbing something that is free, and that includes Facebook, right? But you download games and stuff to your phone, and they're free to play. There's a reason they're free. You are the product.
Yep.
It's the information they are collecting from you, what they're gathering from you, that they're reselling to everybody. That's where they're making their money.
Yep.
So
you are the commodity.
You are the commodity. Exactly right. You got to be very, very careful. Yeah, Zoom is another one that's kind of frightening. Yeah, I don't use Zoom either. They have changed, though, if you haven't looked at it in a while. They have updated their terms and conditions and removed a lot of the language that was in there that was downright frightening. So they have cleaned it up considerably over what it was. I went through their end user agreement here a little bit ago because we were looking at blocking it at work. And they have fixed a bunch of the language that was in there. It was actually federal CISA rep that I was on the phone with going over things that was talking about that was telling us how frightening the Zoom one was, and she was showing us what she had for the end user agreement, and that's what had me go out and read through it. And yeah, they have changed it because we have a lot of vendors that we use that are using Zoom, but they've cleaned it up from what it was. Still a frightening platform. You have a wilder one for us. What you got, Nola? I'm going to have to drop off here pretty soon, though. I've got other stuff I need to get done today.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah. I got laundry to do. I got shelving to build. I got all kinds of crap. Bought some new security cameras. My wife wants some cameras out front looking down her driveway, so I picked up some that have solar panels for charging, so I don't have to have power to them, and then they're wireless, so I can just stick them up and leave them. If you sign up for Disney Plus and you agree to arbitration or a lawsuit for both Disney Plus and the actual park. Why is that?
Yeah, I seen that. You're right.
That doesn't surprise me. Disney is kind of frightening in itself, man. If good old Walt could see what Disney has become now, he'd be ashamed. It's more like Pedophile Island than a theme park.
It is.
And you look at what they've done with their movies and the stuff that they've put in there. Oh, dear Lord, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's disgusting is what it is. I really struggle to give those guys any money anymore. Well, just look at what was their newest one, their remake of Snow White. How much that has bombed. But man, what a horrible movie.
Yeah.
Completely destroyed the entire storyline. Yeah, I don't use Disney Plus either. I have some of the old original Disney movies that I'll show for the grandkids and go through because they're kind of fun. But the newer stuff, it's really something.
Brainwashing.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I know I'm going down to Florida on vacation here in a bit. And the wife, man, she was just dying. Oh, let's go to Disney World. And I was like, hell no. So I'm not going to pay that kind of money. One, to give them my money. And two, then to go in so she can stand in line for hours to do anything.
Yeah.
Nah.
Sweltering heat.
Yep. No, thank you. I'd rather go out and grab a kayak and go through the mangroves and check out the manatee than I would that. Done that before. That's a lot of fun. Yeah. There's a lot of sick crap that happens down there at that place. Yeah, I agree with you there too. Marvel movies, now that they've been bought by Disney, that's another whole debacle. That place, man. Like I said, poor old Walt. I think he had good intentions when he started all of that. I think he's a great guy, but holy Toledo. I will pass on much of that. It's just too much for me.
But I'm going to probably get off of here. I got to use the restroom and get some stuff done. I had a good time, as always.
Thanks for hopping on.
And I will see you guys later.
Yep, you have a marvelous day, good sir. And I think I'm going to do the same, everybody. So I think I'm going to drop and call her a day. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Love each and every one of you and appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please do. I hop on every weekend and do a live. Sometimes it's Saturday morning, sometimes Sunday morning. But we always have somebody hop in and join us. Bring your questions, man. Other than you, Nola, no questions. Bring your questions. Ask what you got. There's usually either somebody in the chat or somebody on the live that might be able to give you some tips and tricks to help you out. If you got questions on different tools, bring them up. Everybody's happy to share and talk about it. So, no, I don't know, Nola. What does EPCOT stand for? Every pedo come on over. Well, thank you for lurking in the background there, Lady Locks. You need to hop on with me one of these days. Hop in next live I run, will you? Yak at you a little bit. I'm still waiting, Nola. What does EPCOT stand for? Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. Well, that doesn't surprise me any. I think that's kind of what the whole thing was modeled after, right? So that may make sense. I get it. All right, everybody. Hasta la bye-bye. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Again, appreciate everything. Catch you later. Yep, the lurker hiding in the background. All right, I'm out.